We're joined by Niles Z, affiliate marketer and actually author of a brand new book called The Payout Mafia.
Basically started a niche site. 2 years, it grew to 10K monthly income. The next year, in 100K per month, the HCU came. It wiped out 95% of my organic traffic.
Pre-HCU was a different model, but how have you been able to adapt into what you're doing today?
Put the products all the way up to the page. We do around 2 million in commissions per year.
That'll make sense for people, but a lot of people don't do it.
60% of the visitors left my page and just clicked, just because I said so.
What are you doing when it comes to Google Ads campaigns?
The easiest way is to start with dynamic search ads.
What kind of changes did you make that increased those conversions?
We use the same content creation principles as we still did SEO, listicles.
Because it's not just an affiliate play like what you talked about, it's a bunch of different strategies.
3 important metrics that I always use.
All right, welcome back to the Niche Pursuits podcast. My name is Jared Bauman. Today, we're joined by Niles Z, affiliate marketer and actually author of a brand new book called The Payout Mafia. Niles, welcome on board and good to have you. This is gonna be a fun one. We're talking affiliate marketing. We're gonna talk a little bit about the book, which I actually contributed to, so that's kind of fun. We'll get into it,
Yeah.
but I mean, we're really talking affiliate marketing today, and you've been in this journey for a long time. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Jared. It's great to be here. I've been an avid listener, picked up many of the tactics in this pod. So happy to share some and give back to you and the audience this time.
It's always fun. We have somebody who has listened on off to the podcast over the years. I know that's kind of how I started before I was hosting here. I love the topic today. I think post HCU, post Google, kind of getting down on the classic niche site. I'm saying that this is a niche pursuits podcast. It was started on this idea of using content and affiliate marketing to grow your online income. Right now, obviously, the model has changed so much, but we don't talk as much about straight up affiliate marketing as maybe we used to 5-10 years ago. Well, that's what we're talking about today. Maybe start off by giving your backstory, telling us your introduction into affiliate marketing, but really what you were doing even before you got into the online world.
Yeah, perfect. So my background is in growth hacking, digital marketing, and basically started a niche site next to my job. In 2 years, it grew to 10K monthly income. The next year, in 100K per month. And then at some moment, the HCU came. And I was lucky, I had a portfolio of websites. And during the first HCU, only one site got hit. So I already thought, fuck, we need to do something else, because somehow we're all our eggs are in this one basket and we might get really screwed later down the line. So when HCU number 2 came, I thought, okay, shit, but that's only, what is it, 40% of my revenue. And then 4 months after HCU, which wiped out 95% of my organic traffic, we actually did our most profitable month in affiliate marketing. So that's mainly what we're going to talk about, how I made that shift from SEO to Google Ads for my niche websites. Because it's definitely a shame, Jared. Like, we don't talk a lot about affiliate marketing anymore, because all the niche website owners, they had that model, and now it doesn't really work anymore. It works with other channels like Google Ads, but they gave up, and a lot of people, they have all these sites just rotting away now. Next to that, that's also the part of the reason that I have all these colleagues, and I could not talk affiliate marketing with them all day, but then they quit. So I wrote a book, The Payout Mafia, how the top affiliates are still robbing the bank in a post-AI world, to give people more options outside of just SEO and the old niche SEO model. Authors talk about the like the bridge newsletter, bridge playbook. They talk about Google Ads, advertising or semantic SEO, parasite SEO, black hat, iGaming, Facebook, a lot of different channels and a lot of other tactics still make a good income as an affiliate marketer. I do have to say, it's not as easy anymore.
Mhm.
There's not this one course and this one model that always will keep working. You now have to dig a bit deeper and use your skills as digital marketer a bit more. But yeah, it went from easy to medium this game. So it's still very, very doable.
I like how you phrased it, and I think it's a good way to segue into what we're talking about today. It's first off, the model is different, right? I think people know that. The old model was pretty simple. Um, with that being said, a lot of people who were succeeding in, say, 2021 under the old model, and if you're listening, I'm using air quotes, they would have said that it's harder than it was maybe 5 or 10 years before that. You know, we've had people on that have talked about even the Panda and the Penguin updates and how much easier it was before those updates came out and made content and link building a lot more difficult. So it does seem like no matter where we're at in the cycle, it might have been easier before, but that doesn't mean that it isn't something that's worthwhile pursuing now. And what a lot of people are quick to talk
100%.
about is how the tools are much better and how the access to data is much better and how the ability to create content is has changed along with it. So yes, pre-HCU was a different model, but how have you been able to adapt into what you're doing today? Like what was the beginning process to go from my sites and my income have been smashed by the HCU into having such a profitable month so quickly, I guess.
Yeah. 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 So part of after the first helper content update, we already thought like, oh, let's try out Google Ads because it makes sense, right? We're already ranking for these keywords. Why not bid on them? And since we track everything so well, we know exactly what a page earns, what a click earns, what a visitor earns on average. We can also say, okay, I want a visitor to cost this amount on average, you know. But we did the SEO traffic and the Google Ads traffic to the same page. And that was working. So basically 50% of our profits will then come from Google Ads and 50% from SEO. But the problem here is if you are going to do site improvements or page improvements specifically, everything that helps your SEO decreases your conversion rate, and then your Google Ads is less profitable. Oh, you put all the links on top and you make it as clicky as possible. Oh, now it hurts your SEO because there's less text and less uh, authors and all that SEO stuff basically on the page. So we kind of had this thing where we would optimize things and it would never really be a net positive because one would go up and one would go down. And then the second HCU came, and yeah, I remember it's kind of like when people ask, "Where were you at 9/11?" I know exactly where I was when I logged into my Google Search Console and I saw my traffic being down minus 90 or something percent, and it was already for 2 days, and I just thought, couldn't believe it. So we just went into research mode for 2 days, and we just saw indiscriminately that like also all the good SEO sites have been hit. We just did it perfectly. So now we thought, you know what? Let's leave that behind us and go full on Google Ads. And because we upped our spend, but we also improved pages the way it was just about the conversion, we immediately negotiated extra high commission rates to be able to justify it. And then, yeah, 4, 5 months later, we were more profitable.
What types of things did you adjust on the page to improve the conversion rate? Because I think a lot of people are so used to building a site that does well on an SEO type search platform, right? It attracts search, proper header, proper keyword utilization, all that kind of stuff. Like, what kind of changes did you make, especially the ones you saw actually having an impact that increased those conversions?
Yeah, put the products all the way up to the page. It is not about, oh, this is my introduction. This is how I chose the product. This is my research methodology. This is some more background about the product. No, 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 no. Just put them all the way up to the top. Just smart intro. Cool. If you're choosing a desktop chair, we pick the best one based on comfort and sitting on our asses for 200 hours straight. This is the top three. And then we do an overview table, and then we do the products more more elaborate. And then you have all these SEO texts, like how we did our research, the frequently asked questions, maybe tables. But now we don't even care about those anymore. So it's getting all these products really at the top, also making it even the product boxes, just shorten them. Just shorten them. Make the decision for them as easy as possible. Give them the best choice. Think about what kind of audiences you have for your product. So for a desktop chair, this is the best for gamers. This is the best for remote workers. This is the best for more stylish or more casual. This is best for budget. And then you kind of have your most audiences. That is one, because I truly believe that someone that clicks on an ad is a very different kind of user than someone that takes the extra effort to scroll down and then click on the organic result because they know they are not being sold. An SEO visitor wants to do more research. As
Yeah.
a person that just, oh, even though I see ad, I'm still just gonna click on it. These people, they want to convert better. They want you to display as big as possible. Hey, this is the best price quality. This is the best overall choice. Do it. And that's also the crazy thing. Like when I just displayed, this is the best overall, this is the best bang for buck, or this is the cheapest one. Already 60% of the visitors left my page and just clicked. Just because I said so. They just already clicked. So I didn't even need to tell them all that stuff and all the content and where all my writers' time is basically spent. They already clicked and they're already going to convert. So that is the very important thing. Secondly, what is also important is you really need to play the optimization game here. And I mean optimization with monetization, basically. So also measure what does a click on every product on your listicle bring you in value. You
Mm.
know, you can measure how much people clicked on a product. Then you measure the amount of commissions you got from that page and that product. You divide one by the other, and you get your earnings per click. You need the products with the highest earnings per click to also be at the top, because people are just going to click those products more, and then you will earn more. And you to squeeze every little cent out of that page because you're paying for
Right.
every visitor. So every little extra optimization is your profit margin. And if you don't do that enough and you don't know how to do it enough, then you can't even make it profitable.
I love what you said about the mindset being perhaps very different for someone who is clicking on an ad versus someone who used to arrive on your page from organic traffic. And so I think that's a really interesting point because mindset is so important for understanding your avatar, not only in terms of what they want, but how they're making decisions, where they're at in the buyer funnel, how quickly they want that. That's why Amazon has been so successful as a platform, is because they make it so easy for you to buy. Well, the reason why they do that is because they know you're already there to buy stuff. That's why you're there. You're there on Amazon, not to learn, not to research necessarily, but really to make that end purchase and understand that that's the way someone who clicks on an ad is. That changes the game.
Yeah. And it even helps to learn some conversion rate optimization tactics from web shops. For instance, what Amazon does is they don't say buy this product or order. They say uh, order with one click. You know, buy is a painful word. Just one click is, oh, okay, sure, and you do it. And oh, I already did it. You know, often the prices, they try to make the price as little as possible, the number, because the littler it is, the less big it feels and the less negative annotation we also have with it. So often they remove the dollar or basically the currency sign, because if you see 50.5, that's a number. But $50.50, that is money. We don't want to lose money. But just seeing a number, okay. So to take that as an affiliate, for instance, one, we don't display prices on our affiliate site because that will just be a negative experience. Like, oh, cool, this desk chair. Oh, looks so nice. Okay. And then you show them it's $200. It's like, never mind. But then if you say, oh, check the price. Well, first of all, check price is not a painful thing. It just means, oh, let me go one step further in the process. And it's the same like a salesman that has his foot in the door, you know. Now you're in. Now the customer tumbled down the conversion funnel, and they're already on Amazon. And since they're already on Amazon, what do you do on Amazon? You already start maybe buying it, or maybe you buy something else. So that is also the ways affiliates should really handle it. They should really try to get them to the next stage of the funnel and not immediately say, oh, it's 200 euros and this. No, just send them to the sales page and let the sales page do its work.
Yeah. You talked about knowing your numbers and knowing how much everything is going to, the average clicks, the average cost per click, really getting into knowing your numbers. That'll make sense for people, but a lot of people don't do it. And some people don't do it because they're lazy or because they don't see the value in it. Fair enough. But for those who want to do it, but maybe are wondering where to get started, is there certain types of tools that you use to do that? Are there certain types of numbers that are more important to look at than other numbers? Are there certain metrics that are better to utilize than others when it comes to evaluating these things?
Yeah, yeah, great question. I use affiliate tracking software Weekend Track. It's like my number one most recommended affiliate tracking software for them. They connect with a lot of affiliate networks and platforms or custom programs, and they make all this data visible. So whenever you install the plugin on your WordPress site, all the link clicks are now an event. They track it in their own dashboards as well, and the commissions per product are also in there. And then you can have the data to see already the earnings per click per product. If you want to, well, first of all, I recommend this affiliate tracking software because then you really have this data available on a page level.
Right.
If and the most important thing with affiliate tracking software is to have coverage for your affiliate networks. So for me, they cover around 95, 90% of the data I have. You never get 100% coverage. There's always some guys that have to have some weird random affiliate network and they don't cover it. That's fine. There are also other providers. Volume is a big one, VOLWM, or you just Google affiliate tracking software. For instance, if you're in the iGaming niche, there's a lot of different affiliate tracking softwares available. So definitely give it a Google and do your research about which one has the most of your networks. Get Lasso is, by the way, also one. I'm also a fan of Lasso. So that's the video tracking software. That will give you the data. If you want to do everything yourself, you have to really connect a lot of sub IDs and you have to change every link so you know what from what uh, page the link click got or what's called to action. And you have to look in the different affiliate networks and get all the data together. That's not a fun thing to do. So just pay the money for the affiliate tracking software.
Yeah.
They have that, and then there are three important metrics that I always use. The first one is revenue per page. This is just the amount of commissions this page generated. This is important for your content budget. Then you really know, okay, all these pages and all these topics I made content for, did they have actually make me money? Because it's really easy to know how much you pay the content writer for that page. And now you know how much profit it actually generated. So
Yeah.
are these topics interesting or not? Are they deep enough in the buyer funnel, for instance? And then you have kind of topics like versus content, individual reviews, listicles, how-to guides, etc., etc. You can compare that. You can even, if you have a more generic, let's say you have a kitchen site, maybe specific product categories are more profitable. Like maybe blenders are a lot more profitable than the ovens and the fridges and the dishwashers, for instance, or maybe the other way around. Could be because any kind of factors, competition, commission rates, conversion rates, etc. So revenue per page is basically where you begin. If you don't have that, you're basically shooting blind with your content budget, and you don't really know if it's profitable and give you a good ROI or not. Then you have earnings per visitor. That's basically the revenue per page divided, or the visitors divided by the by the revenue per page, and that's a number. And let's say it's 50 cents. Visitors on this page gives me on average 50 cents. That is good to know for your Google Ads campaigns. Because now you know at least the minimum number you should start your campaign with to know how to bid, and not to just start with €2 and then you can already never make it profitable.
Yeah.
And then you end up 3 weeks later emailing me, hey Niels, I can't get Google Ads profitable. It must be your fault, you know? No, it's not. So that is one. You can also compare then the different pages and their earnings per visitor to see like, hey, why is that? For instance, we discovered that a lot of electronics were giving us a lot less money, even though they got a lot of visitors. But it turns out that Bol, the Amazon of the Netherlands, they pay 2.5% commission for all these electronics because they have so much competition and low margins. So we thought, okay, we have to do less of that and more other types of products, you know, and that can also again guide your content budget and your topic selection for the next batch of content. And then the third one is the earnings per click we talked about. You want to know how much does a click on a product deliver me in value. The number in itself doesn't say much. Number itself is not per se a benchmark. If you give me your earnings per visitor, I know already, can kind of guess on what kind of niche you are and everything. But the earnings per click is a lot less. The only thing what you can do on the page is again compare the earnings per click per product. So you make sure that the products with the highest earnings per click are at the top of your page
Right.
and you
Yep.
promote them the most. Or you can see in your data like, oh, these have such low earnings per click. I'm actually doing a disservice to my visitors because nobody is converting on this product. The cool thing is about affiliate tracking software, like we can track, is it even shows you the return percentages as well. So it might be good at the start, but then it has a 25% return rate and it's actually not that profitable. So we also take that into account in for the product order of these products. So these three: revenue per page, earnings per visitor, and earnings per click.
That was great, and that really gives you everything you need to know to then understand how to put together an ad budget. And again, we're talking about you started by saying Google Ads, so but whatever advertising approach you want to take in this case, that kind of shapes your budget and how much you want to spend on a page level, how much you want to spend driving different segments to the landing pages. How many would you say to give people, because I find I've interviewed people in the past and I've had the same feedback as you, like, hey, that didn't work. And it's like, well, how many did you try? Oh, I tried 2 pages. It's like, well, I'll, this isn't a one size fits all, every page works. How much
Correct.
success are you finding in terms of the scale you have? How many pages you're driving ad traffic to, and how many end up staying profitable, and being what makes the majority of your income?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We drive traffic we published around 3,000 pages. I think right now around 800 pages are profitable. And then still, I think if you go to the top 100, then you probably have 80% of our profits. So it is kind of a long tail, bit of a long. You definitely need the volume here. That's important. But things like search volume are important here, definitely. And for new people to try out, you definitely want to have at least 20 pages tried out. But here, the good thing is, look at the data. Like pages that already have a high earnings per visitor,
Yep.
test your top 20 there because they will convert. That's for sure. You probably have good products already on there or good commission rates. So these are your highest chance of success because you don't want to do Google Ads and then in the end say, oh, actually the page was bad. You know, it can either be the targeting, it can be the competition, it can be the niche, it can be your commissions, or it can be the page. You know, and you
So
don't
many
want it at
variables.
least to be the page. Then for these top 20, you turn on some ad campaigns. You already know from Google Search Console what your best converting keywords were, or you just put a DSA campaign on the top 20 pages. That's a lot easier way to start. It's kind of automated. Like you give Google a list of URLs, and then they do the whole targeting and even some headlines. You can give it some guidelines, but that's the easy way to start. And then you just see the data in. And then when you see the data in, thanks to, by the way, affiliate tracking software, they're the one that give the commission data back to Google Ads. So then in Google Ads, you can really see the conversion, the revenue, and the costs. If you don't have that, then again, you're seeing your revenue in one place and your cost in one place, and that's not a good way. You need to have that all in Google Ads. So get affiliate tracking software. And then you have your first data, and then you can kind of see, okay, am I already profitable? Great. Scale it up, optimize. But if I'm not profitable yet, how far am I up off, Okay, I'm having a return on my ad spend of 80%. So I'm making a
Mhm.
loss of 20%. Can I now go to my partners and just tell them the truth? Like, hey, I want to make Google Ads work. But I need higher commissions for this. And if higher commission, then you can also expect like, what is it, 50, 100 or even more percent of volume increase. And if you don't have it, well, SEO is getting harder and I might die in the future. So that then the whole, they have no more water that I can give you. So be honest with them, be transparent. And maybe that is the thing that will get you over the line to profitability. And else it might be conversion rates, and you could go back to the page and handle all the things that we talked about, put the links higher, put it clearer, make the buttons brighter, check price, hide prices, all these things.
It's really, man, it's a lot of people will go to affiliate partner and say, "Hey, can I get a better commission?" And you haven't sold much yet. You haven't shown that affiliate that you're worth giving a higher commission. But the way you talked about it is you have real data. You're like, I'm very close on profitability, but I do need this extra bump. And here's why. Let me show you the data. And as long as I can make it profitable, you can see that I'm willing to be spending in order to increase that amount of volume. Such a
Yeah,
different conversation. I love that.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's
Go
very
ahead.
important. But what's also to add, like you can also talk about your plans for the future. How many budgets do you have or capital for this project? What are your plans? How big do you want to get in this market? Or do you already have a background? Did you have a successful SEO site that did 5 figures, 6 figures a month, but now not anymore? But that still means you have the capabilities to build something big, you know? And also in the Payout Mafia, the book that I wrote, I interviewed Alex Goldberg, and he also does Google Ads. What he even does, since he has track record in affiliate marketing, he finds profitable niches where he thinks, okay, this is interesting, the competition is not too high, they have high margins. And then he tells them, hey, I'm going to enter this market with PPC, and I want you to front me the advertising budget. So he gets the first 5,000. Those 5,000 goes first be paid out to them if he makes sales for them. So the first 5,000 in commissions is just paying back the loan, but
Right.
it means that he doesn't have to front the ad spend.
Mhm.
For instance, there are industries where these companies are just funded so well, they're doing everything to acquire a customer. And if you do it for them, well, sure, here it is.
Wow, it's fascinating what you uncover. You touched on a bit, so I just want to kind of double down, circle back on what you're doing inside of Google Ads and any tips you have for people, because that's a whole nother well
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
got to learn to some degree. They do have automation built in. They do have recommendations built in. What are you doing when it comes to Google Ads campaigns that you can share, and anything you've learned that is noteworthy that you think people would really want to know because
yeah,
it's important or it's a mistake that is easy to make?
yeah. Yeah, it's definitely a big beast, and it doesn't have algorithm updates, and it's not just goes up and down like Google Organic, but the Google All Ads algorithm does develop over time, so it changes strategy. That is also part of the reason that I started an agency to do it for affiliate publishers. I see a lot of people are hesitant. Well, I'm like, you're sitting on a pot of gold, you already have the content, you already have the deals. Let me do it for you. We split the profits. More about that later. To start, again, the easiest way is to start with a dynamic search ads. You just put in a bunch of URLs and Google does the rest. And if you can get that even a little bit profitable, then you can get it more profitable if you make the ads yourself. So you make the ads yourself. The key here is uh, you have to start with a very exact targeting, very narrow. And then when you get the conversions, then you go broad. So how does that look like? Your first campaigns are on manual CPC. You do it on the cost per click on your average earnings per visitor for these pages or for the site. So you make sure don't make too much losses. You just have exact or phrase keywords that are the real money makers. Let's say best gaming chair, compare gaming chair 2025, or even the exact keyword gaming chair. Depends, by the way, always on the geo you're in. The US is probably more competitive than local languages. So you start with that. And when that ad group gets around 25 conversions in 30 days and it's profitable, then you switch to target ROAS. You change the keywords to broad, because then with broad is very broad. Like if I put gaming chair, it will bid on brands of gaming chairs. It will bid on whole long things like what is the best gaming chair, to maybe someone funny gaming chair videos. But the thing is, if you Google already had conversions, it just really knows how to pick well what audiences that is in
Right.
market for these gaming chairs. No matter what type of weird, in it at first unrelated search terms they are, because that's data. But if you go broad from the start,
Hmm.
it will make you spend money on everything. So that is the danger with CPC or GIF or doing things like maximize clicks, maximize conversion value. If it doesn't have data, it will just make you, it sells you the shittiest clicks that nobody else wants, because it needs to give the good clicks to the other people where it knows and has the data for. So that's why in the beginning you have to start very narrow, and then later you can go broad. And you should really prevent to go too broad from the start. Yeah.
That's those are some great tips. In terms of scaling, I mean, you talked about having 3,000 landing pages. How have you managed the scale of this? Because I think certainly people are going to want to start small. Certainly people that have, like you said, they're sitting on a gold mine, and no one's going to want to just dump 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand into, well, not no one, but a lot of people listening won't want to do that. But as they start to see progress, how did you scale this? How did you scale this on the ad side? How did you scale it on the affiliate side? Like, what does scale look like to get up to, say, 3,000 landing pages?
Yeah. Yeah. So are you now talking more about the content creation process, or like both content creation and the whole team?
Go for it. What you think best? Maybe the second one, because that involves that team aspect that people are probably
Yeah.
questioning.
Yeah. So for the content creation, we use the same content creation principles as for we still did SEO listicles, but now we just changed the whole outline and the formatting and all those things. You just hire a bunch of freelance writers. I have writers who I give a keyword, and based on a super detailed briefing of like 12 pages, they know exactly how to churn out a good article. I use AI for only kind of a draft of an intro and sometimes product descriptions and all the bottom of page content that is not about the product. But when things are about the product, but product selection, giving them the right, basically awards like best gaming chair for audience segment, and the product descriptions need heavy editing by a human, and the advantages and the disadvantages, these all still need to be done very well by a human. The rest can do with AI. The closer content is by the click, by the money, the more I let it do by a human instead of AI, because yeah, it brings me money. So I'm happy to spend money on it as well.
Hmm.
So writers write the article, editor checks everything, checks the link, checks if the things are really persuasive enough, really talking about advantages and not just listing product features. I don't care that my mic gives me some volume between 10 decibels and 10,000 or however that works. I want my voice to sound smooth and crisp and that it's perfectly fitted for a podcast,
What's
Then I'm
funny is
like,
you and I were talking
sure.
about our mics before we hit record, so good
Yeah.
example.
And we have the same mic, so smart, smart. Um, so these extra check, quality assurance, do all affiliate links work. Then a VA that publishes on the site, and then the advertising gets their URLs every time. From okay, cool. We need to create new campaigns for these URLs. We use the same kind of keyword formats for our campaigns. It's kind of a combination between the product keyword and some extra, like best product keyword, basically, and kind of settings we use for them as well. And then, yeah, it's a lot of work on the ad side. So I have two full-time Google Ads specialists, one doing all the optimizations, all the checks, are things still going profitable or not? And one doing more the big picture testing and the whole campaign structure and is everything going well or not? It can be set and forget, but there are still things happening over time.
Hmm.
Tracking can somehow always just break, even if you don't do anything. For instance, it might be that a party like Amazon just their tracking doesn't work for 2 days. Well, then all the campaigns didn't have data, and when they don't have data, they thought, oh, we're not profitable, so the volume scales down, and you need to do all kinds of things to revive that. You have search natives campaigns, you have PMAX, you have other things, you have display. How will you combine that? Now we do remarketing audience, so it doesn't overlap here. But yeah, we just also have SOPs there. How do you launch these ad groups? First, very narrow, then more broad and broad. Around 60% of the content that we create is just not even becoming profitable. That might be because of the competition, it might be because our commissions are too low or anything, and then we need to stop it. You know, Sometimes over time, certain categories can become unprofitable, and then we have to look at it, at the
Right.
ads, at the bidding, or is it the season? Sometimes it's out of season, so you either lower the bids or you pause it. You make a note of it, and you make sure that every season, you know what specific products to turn on or to turn off again. And yeah, so we have uh, content writers. These are pretty flexible. We have two full-time ad specialists. We have a whole team just doing account management and negotiating higher commission deals, because that's a very crucial aspect to the PPC game, getting those commission deals up, especially because everybody in affiliate can have the same commissions. So if we're all going to start to do Google Ads, the only one that survives is the one with the higher commissions. And also to just communicate well with them, look at the pages, what products should go first and what should go second, etc. Can we do conversion rate optimization tactics here and there? How does it differ per landing page? Is the content, now that we see the data, actually really good, or did we maybe see something wrong here? So a lot of extra checking. If ads are going down, should we look at the ad headlines here? And yeah, so it's still an optimizations, but with a lot of SOPs and knowing really how the game works, how to get those clicks. It is workable. Yeah.
It's a lot, but it's manageable. That's basically what you said. That's a lot, though. That's a lot to scale out. But I mean, you've been doing this for quite a while, and scale
Yeah.
out. kind of according. Like, what does an average week and month look like for you now in terms of where you're putting your time and your effort, how much time you're putting in, and any numbers you're, comfortable sharing in terms of like how you've grown it? Because I think a lot of people will hear and just really feel the dip from the HCU, from algorithm updates, from other things they've been working on. So where are you at now, and how much time are you spending on that?
Yeah, we do around 2 million in commissions per year right now. I'm not working much in the business anymore. In this business, I'm more talking with working with new affiliate ventures. The only question I'm answering myself for my business is how can this be as sustainable and as long term as possible? So how can I get the organization to be self-learning, get them to work on the right numbers, and getting them with ideas? And again, in PPC, how can you build a moat? Uh, higher commissions, you pay less per click, you convert better, and these are kind of the ways. So I still get the team to try out new things. Like for instance, right now, Google Ads rolled out AI Max, which
Hmm.
is a new feature where it gives the algorithm a lot of freedom to basically rewrite your whole headlines, even choose the pages it will target for your website. Sometimes it goes a bit out of hand, sometimes it goes well. And how does this fit with already the search natives or the DSA or the other products they have? And do we see this well first in a long time or not? And the two most exciting other affiliate projects I'm working on after the book. The book is already finished, so people can read that already. Is first doing this for other affiliates. I thought I could either create a whole lot of content myself or leverage other people's existing content and existing data, do the ads for them, and we split the revenue or the profits, I should say, not the revenue because you still have ads costs. The profits 50-50. It is a new service I launched. It's called afframp.com, AFFRAMP.com. So that is exciting. I do that together with the PPC agency of Matt Diggity, also a big affiliate SEO guy. And it's especially targeted towards people who used to have a lot of traffic from organic and now either not anymore or still have. And now we want to diversify their traffic for them and just, make their business overall more valuable and get them extra traffic in. That, and I do a lot of YouTube affiliate marketing now as
Mm.
well
Hmm.
because I really love the content game. The content game is always about creating more content, getting all that data, creating better content, and just for the sake of creating better content, you get rewarded for it. And I felt with SEO, it now is so almost churn and burn. You redirect your site, you do the link building and stuff. So it's not really about the content, but with YouTube, it is really about the content. There are some sneaky hacks you can do, like CTR optimization, so you rank higher. But aside from that, it's mainly about just creating good videos. So I really like that process just for the sake of that process. So these are the main two other things. And on my main business, I now kind of spent like, what is it, a day, a few days, a month? Yeah,
That's amazing. Um, I I wanted to ask you a bit about the book. The book is interesting. You put together kind of a collection of different minds of people, and kind of specifically something they're doing
very
that
smart people
is.
like yourself, by the way. Yeah,
You're
yeah,
too kind. You did ask me to contribute. I did contribute something that I haven't shared before. Actually, I won't share it because I want people to get the book for them to get to read about it. It was about newsletters and partnering with other people to help them out in affiliate play. But talk about the book. Talk about
very
why the book.
creative, very
Talk about.
creative. Yeah,
Thank you. It works very well actually. But what's in the book, and who's in it, and kind of what are some of the stories that people talk about in the book, because it's not just an affiliate play like what you talked about. It's a bunch of different strategies.
yeah, yeah. So basically, what I thought is since I come from the niche SEO model, and now so many of my colleagues quitting the game. Well, I was doing well. Well, I know other people that did super well in affiliate marketing. And I'm kind of like, come on, guys. There are all these strategies that work, but somehow I have access to them. I'm a very extroverted person. I travel to a lot of conferences, whether it's in Europe or all across Asia. You know, even we are calling right now. You're in the US. I'm in Thailand. That's what I like about this industry. But I was connected with all these people. All my people quit. And I thought, you know what? There's a gold mine of knowledge, and there's so much possible. Let me just try to get and interview all these people and just ask them the same questions that are useful for everyone. You know, things like, if you'd start today, how would you make your first 10K? What are niches that are still possible? What experience do you need to get started? You know, what is the number one bad recommendation is still here? How should affiliates approach SEO now with the age of AI content? And all these other questions. And I also really try to get people from different niches, different traffic channels, different sizes, and different backgrounds to make sure that it's kind of like a little menu people can pick. Like, okay, I want to start in affiliate marketing, or I want to grow my business in affiliate marketing, but I don't know now what works and what direction to go. And this is kind of little menu that they can open and see like, okay, cool. I can go into the iGaming niche. And if I go into iGaming, I need to use this tactics. Actually, I have a lot of copywriting experience, so maybe I should go into email marketing and into the audience building, like Jared or Greg from Empire Flippers are recommended. Okay, cool. I still want to do SEO. What is possible in SEO? And you learn more about semantic SEO and parasite SEO, for instance. So this is kind of the reason I wrote the book, and I thought like, easy. Let's just publish a book, you know. But then I
Yep.
thought it will do 2 weeks in my enthusiasm, but it took 3 months in the end, which is still very fast. Luckily, I published it together with James Dooley. He's also a 7-time author of books, so he could really help me into the process as well. And he's also a great name in the space, by the way. One of the most knowledgeable guys around SEO that I know of. So yeah, and now we have this book, and it makes me very excited about affiliate marketing because I see all the success people have. I see again what works and what could do, and also the mindset needed. And that is also what you said in the beginning. You know, people said affiliate was over when you had the Panda update and you had the Penguin update, and I had the helpful content update. Now, one of the mindset that you do need to have in this game is the game will change.
Yeah.
You know, we are getting our traffic from algorithms. The whole digital marketing landscape is changing, and we're in the middle of big generational shifts with AI, and that will continue. You know, now we have a big arbitrage opportunity. Later, you don't have anymore. So the best thing you can do is make use of it as soon as possible. You know, either by learning these things yourself, working together with people like me, listening to this podcast to see what works, and just you need to get your hands dirty as soon as possible in these things, and you also need to expect to get hit in the face sometime. You know, the only question like, oh, but Niels, I don't like it when I'm getting hit in the face. How could I prevent it? Like, yeah, but you're in the ring. You're in the ring. It's part of boxing, you know. It's part of life and this game, and it will happen. You can also choose a job, but if you choose a job, some other shift will happen, and maybe you worked
Yes.
20 years for one company. Now you're completely redundant because of AI. You can't even find a new job. So because yeah, you don't even know how to pivot. So it's just part of the game. Keep doing it, and as long as you keep learning, there's many opportunities.
I think there's a lot to unpack in what you just talked about there. One thing that I heard you talk about, and I'll kind of sum up a bit, and I feel the same way, by the way, is that, when you, I love it when you get punched in it makes me think of a Mike Tyson quote, like everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. And to some degree, I bet that's what a lot of people felt like when, we'll say, the HCU came along is there was a plan and it was supposed to work and it now doesn't. What the heck? What do I do? But one thing that was really clear among many other things, but one thing that was really clear in what you just shared is you have spent the time to build up relationships with other affiliate marketers who you could view as competition, but have become some of your greatest allies and people you could lean on and learn from as you transition from one model, which was the organic traffic SEO model, into an ad focused affiliate model. And so it's a great reminder to people, like there's a lot of people out there that are having to adapt as well, and that's just part of the game. And having that networking community wherever you kind of end up finding it, it sounds like it was really important and really valuable to you as you've transitioned to where you're at now.
Yeah, definitely. And in general of my career, it's one of the reasons I moved to Thailand because here's such a thriving community of digital entrepreneurs, whether they have agencies or affiliate sites themselves or have e-com, SaaS. Everybody's is doing something with digital marketing and what you can learn from and their business models. And I go a lot to SEO conferences. And the beauty is you have all these people from different niches, different geos. So you just have to be honest and just share what works for you. You know, they're not going to copy your e-commerce or iGaming strategy because they have a VPN website, for instance. So just share what works for you, hear what works for them, and that is when you really really learn because this way you don't have to launch 100 experiments yourself. You already learn from these 5 super most valuable experiments other people run, and you can implement it in your business.
Love it. Love it. Niels, we're gonna have a link for the book and the affiliate agency in the show notes. Sorry, I was stumbling through that in the show notes there. But where can people follow along with you if they just want to keep track of what you're doing? Are there any places to connect with you?
Yeah, yeah. The best place is LinkedIn via my name, Niels Zay. I will also share it in the show notes. I need my affiliate agency. It could be interesting. I'm going to post some great content there on Google Ads for affiliates as well. I have my personal website, nielszay.com. And these are the main places. Yeah. But if you're on Facebook and Instagram, you're welcome to connect with me there. I'm open for questions or anything that I can help here.
Well, thank you so much for coming on. This is a long time overdue. It's been great to connect with you through the book process. We had a couple calls through that, and now this interview. Congratulations
Oh,
on your
great to hear.
success. But yeah, the pivot is so fascinating, and we want to be telling stories of people that have pivoted. And again, there are lots of people who the HCU is a blip on their radar, but there's a lot of people listening who the HCU is a lot more than that. And so we want to be telling these stories of people who pivoted successfully. And thanks for coming on and sharing so freely about the pivot that you made.
It was a pleasure, Jared.
All
Good to
right. We'll
have
talk again
this
soon.
overdue interview. Indeed. Talk soon. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Hey everyone, Spencer here, founder of Niche Pursuits. Are you adding a new internal link pointing to each article you publish? You should be. Ever find it time consuming and a bit overwhelming? Remembering what content you publish and deciding which anchor text to use can be a real headache. What if there was a better way? Well, that's exactly why I created Link Whisper. Simply click Add Inbound Internal Links, and Link Whisper will scan your site in seconds and suggest the most relevant links with appropriate anchor text for your new article. Now simply check the box next to the internal links you want to add, and Link Whisper will add these links for you. No need to go into each article, edit, and add the link. It's already done. No more manual internal link building or guesswork. Just efficient, accurate linking that saves you time and improves your SEO. Transform your content strategy with Link Whisper. Start linking smarter, not harder. Use the coupon code PODCAST for $15 off. Head over to linkwhisper.com and use coupon code PODCAST to get $15 off.